everybody, welcome back to another fun and exciting geometry class. Again, I apologize about this camera. I'm working on the camera, don't worry. I know my head is really shiny in the camera and stuff. I'm trying, okay? So hopefully it'll come soon, but until then, you're stuck with this camera, so sorry. Last lesson was a little bit longer. Trying to keep all the lessons to about 15 minutes or less, and that thing, it was like 17 minutes. I'm so sorry about that. But good news, this lesson is going to be short. I'm going to try to get this one in about 10 minutes or less. That's good. All right, so today we're going to be on page number 13, talking about special pairs of oblique angles. Special pairs of oblique angles. Well, first of all, we got to kind of review where were we at last lesson. We talked about oblique angles. An oblique angle is any angle other than the quadrantal angles, other than 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. So any other angle, 12 degrees, 87 degrees, 156 degrees, right? Any other angle other than those quadrantal angles. So here's a couple of them. The first one that we'll talk about today is called the complementary, I'll just write it, complementary angle. Now, this is not an angle that goes around and compliments people. It's not an angle that says, "Hey, how you doing today? You look nice today. I like your shirt." Oh boy, did you get a haircut? Yes, I did get a haircut, by the way. This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about those kind of compliments, okay? But it's kind of based on the same word. It comes from the same family of words or the same idea behind it. All right. So what is the idea behind complimenting somebody? Um, that you are basically this is dumb. I'm gonna edit that out. This word complementary is a little bit different. Okay, so this word complementary comes from the idea of when you add them together. So if we take this angle, so again, we're going to start with a point. So here's our point, and we have an angle. Okay, and let's call this angle 45 degrees. If I have a second angle that also equals 45 degrees, when I add those two angles up, so this is 45 degrees as well, and I add them, I get 90 degrees. Those are complements. When two angles equal 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. You could have any number of degrees here. You could have, I forgot to put my degree, there we go. I could have 20 plus 70 equals 90. Let's use our algebra brain here for just a second. What happens if I have a 30-degree angle plus a I don't know angle, an x? We don't know what the angle is, but we know they're complementary. How would we figure that out? How would we figure out what this question mark is? Well, all we would have to do is take our 90 because we know that complements are equal 90, and we would just subtract our first angle, and we would get, okay, that is a 60-degree angle right there. Okay, so the complement of 30 is 60. So it complements two angles that add up to 90 degrees. The next one is the supplementary angle. The supplementary angles. Now, these two angles add up to 180 degrees, 180 degrees, or they're a straight angle. When you add them up, they're a straight angle. So you might have one angle, and I'm just going to write something like this. I'm not going to take the time to write it, and we'll call that a 60-degree angle. Okay? And so we would know that the complement had to be a 120-degree angle in order to get our 180. Okay, so supplements add up to 180, complements add up to 90. Let's see, the last one that we have for today, I told you this is going to be a short lesson. The last one that we have for today are what's called vertical angles. Vertical angles. Well, what is a vertical angle? Remember, these are pairs. These are special pairs. That's the name of the lesson. So we're not just dealing with one angle, we're dealing with complementary angles, plural, two angles. Supplementary angles, two angles there, adding up to 180. And so now vertical angles, we have to have more than one angle. Well, on this one's interesting because what you do is you take a line and you cross that line, you intersect with another line, okay? And this angle that's formed, we'll call this angle 1 and we'll call this angle 2. The angle that's opposite, these are also called opposite angles. Opposite angles. So you can call them vertical angles or opposite angles. Typically in geometry, they're called vertical. But that doesn't mean they have to be vertical. Some people get confused by this. Let's look at this. So 1 and 2 would be vertical angles, but look at this. We could also call these 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 are what's called vertical angles. You say, no, 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 those are horizontal angles. Okay, I understand. But if you tilt your head like this and look at it, okay, now they're vertical again. So the idea is that you can take anything in geometry and you can always turn it, or you can turn your head. And so vertical just means that they are opposite of each other. So 1 and 2 are vertical angles, and 3 and 4 are vertical angles. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, 1 and 3 are not vertical. 1 and 3 are what's called, now this is, okay, now here's the connection that's being made. So watch this. 1 and 3 also are a special pair of angles. What are they called? We already talked about it earlier. So look at 1 and 3. What do 1 and 3 form? They form a straight line. What's a straight line called? A supplementary angle. They're called 180. So look, 1 and 3, their relationship are supplementary. 1 and 4, supplementary. 2 and 3, supplementary. 4 and 2, supplementary. 1 and 2, vertical. 3 and 4, vertical. Okay? And so there's just a few different ways to connect some of those things that we've been learning. The different types of angles. Now we're dealing with pairs of angles. And so when you cross lines, you have all kinds of different pairs that are formed. Some of them can be supplementary, some of them can be vertical. Just depends on which ones that you're looking at. Okay? All right, I told you it was going to be a short video, 8 minutes and 40. I'm doing good. I'm under 9 minutes. All right, that's all I got for you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.